So in our last lesson, we learned about relative URLs. And in this lesson, we're going to talk about how you can change the base of the relative URL. In other words, we learned that relative URLs are relative to the location of the document that has the link in it. Well, you can actually change that by using the base tag. The base tag goes in the head section. And here's the base tag here. And all this does is it specifies a location that all the URLs in this document are going to be relative to. And again, this file is available on my web server. I'm actually using a local copy of it because it can illustrate the same point. You'll notice in the browser here that this file is on my local machine at a file URL. Yet when I hover my mouse over this link, you'll see at the bottom that it's a link on the server. And yet if you look at it in the text editor, that this link, it doesn't have that whole HTTP part of it. That's in the base. And so it takes this and it uses this as the base for the relative URL. And so this relative URL will start with the XHTML link / another directory. Let's look at that again in the browser. And you see at the bottom in the status bar down there that it shows that URL relative to the base URL at the top of the document. I'll go ahead and I'll click on it and you'll see that the location bar in the browser will change and it'll have that location on my web server. So it went ahead and it loaded this off of the web server, http bw.org, miscellaneous XHTML links, yet another.html. And when I click on this link, it'll actually take me back to the version of it that's on my server there. But it's the same file with that base URL. So that's how the base URL works. It changes the base from which the browser will construct URLs based on a relative URL. So this relative URL is no longer relative to the location of this file. Instead, it's relative to this base URL that we've specified in the base tag in the head element.